his development. I'm curious what you've seen since he got here and how much he had to learn, how much he has learned.
Um, yeah, I mean, I think it's been a pretty fluid progression for Chris. And uh, guy coming from college and then obviously learning the pro system, learning pro defenses, and I think a guy that we moved around has done a bunch of different stuff, but I think is just hasn't slowed down. I mean, I think it just his improvement and his incline. It's just been, like I said, improvement from day one. He's just continued to grow and understand, get better, more confident, more tools in his tool belt. And so I think it's just going to kind of be those things that as we keep going, just get better and better. More reps, doing more stuff, seeing more. Absolutely.
Is it intuitive, your system? I mean, is it something that's just people just absorb, or you have to really
Oh, I think. I
have
mean,
some sophistication to do that?
I don't know so much as it's a system thing as I mean, you can call it what you want. I certainly think it comes down to the teaching. And that's really what coaches are, and they teach. And I think our staff does a great job of that. Great job of teaching and developing in a lot of different ways, whether it be in the classroom out on the field, and giving guys time, letting them grow. Part of that's making mistakes, getting reps. So I think it comes down to that more than anything. That the kind of structure there that's in place, not so much terminology or anything, more so with the structure of how we teach and implement that stuff.
How much easier does reading a defense for you become when you guys are running the ball effectively?
I mean, I think any quarterback, you just want to keep a defense on their heels, however that is, and certainly I think one of the best ways is to be balanced, and I think anytime a defense doesn't know what's coming, you're multiple out of personnels and formations, and they're having to defend all that. I think that's all. It benefits each other. It kind of goes hand in hand. I think you get better looks in the pass game. The better you are in the pass game, the more it's going to help the run game and all that. So certainly as a QB, a good running game. I mean, it gets said a lot. It certainly can help out. Yep.
In the red zone, and in particular inside the 5 yard line, you guys have been running a lot of screens,
Yeah, yeah.
passes behind the line of scrimmage. What's the effectiveness of that play? Why does that play
Yeah,
work for you guys?
certainly the field shrinks down there. Stuff gets tighter. Defenses play differently. And I don't think it's one thing. Certainly, it's things week to week that present themselves. You got to find a way to stretch the field. Try to find ways to expand it down there because it is so cut down. Um, I think it's just one of those things too that weekly. If you see an opportunity, you try and take it. So.
Alex is Drew Brees one of those quarterbacks that you look at his career from where you stand and kind of envious of it and appreciate what he's been able to.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I mean, yeah, I mean, obviously he's a heck of a player and been doing it a long, long time. Maybe one of the most prolific stretches in the history of the game, that he's had here these last few years. Uh, I'm getting ready to play that defense, though. I'm not playing against Drew. I'm not playing against that offense. So beyond that, I'm focused on the other side of the ball. So.
Alex, I know keeping your eyes forward is important in football, but about the Oakland game, in retrospect, how much of all those pre-snap motions and all that stuff you guys did before the snap affect
Yeah,
some of the
yeah.
looks you got in
I
the
thought I
football game?
thought I thought coaches did a great job with the game plan. Anytime you have some of that stuff, it can really help you out pre-snap, especially for me identifying defenses, what they're doing, creating leverage problems for our guys. For them, advantages for our guys. Really helps. I thought there was a great plan going into that game.
I know you got to let the coaches coach and players play and all that, but like from your point of view, like
Yeah.
did you enjoy like that style of game, like the way you guys attack and the looks you got because of all the stuff you did?
No question. I think I enjoy, and I've said this before. I think our strength is being multiple, is doing a lot of different types of runs, a lot of different types of passes, and I thought Sunday was a great example of that, of just us just mixing it up. And as a defense and a D coordinator over there, they don't know what's coming, because they gotta think about so many different things. So I think, and then another deal is how many guys touch the football. I think that's also a strength of ours and is a good thing. And for me to see all those guys get involved, you love it. Everybody feeds off each other.
I know I've been covering you long enough to have an idea how you might answer this, but Jack Del Rio said after the game that one of the things that allowed you to thrive was some of the like the gimmicky stuff
Yeah.
you did. Is that word a fair characterization for the pre-snap stuff and the motions? Is that
To
fair?
be honest, I have no idea what he's referring to. The gimmicky stuff. I mean, don't know. We won, and that's all I really care about. Winning, scoring points, Not you'd have to ask him. I don't know what he was even referring to about that. Felt like we came out and played physical. I felt like, to be honest, we won the battle up front, and I don't know what's gimmicky about that. So, like I said, I think a better question for him.
What are some of the things that make this Saints defense tough?
Yeah, I mean, I think they do a lot. They move around. They do a lot of unorthodox things, a lot of unorthodox coverages. They've had a ton of guys play. So when you're watching the film, it's hard to get a beat on any one guy. They've had a lot of guys play on the back end, a lot of guys play up front. You know, so at some point it's hard to get a beat, you know, on who's playing, how they play. They've changed week to week, you know, too. So a little bit, you got to get ready for the unknown. Seeing different game plans versus different opponents.
You had a couple of really good throws downfield, like Albert Wilson, Jeremy Maclin last game. Do you feel like you've gotten better throwing the deep ball since being in Kansas City, just maybe by virtue of having more opportunities to do it?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just one of those things you continue to try to work on. It's something that's no question, like other parts, you just constantly are working on. And I think it's such a relationship deal, you know, especially with your guys, knowing your guys, giving them opportunities, trusting them, you know. And it's just something that grows, and you're always working on, you know. And each week presents a different challenge depending on the corners and how they play, things like that. So. Yeah, you know, you don't ever stop. You know, I thought we got good looks and we were able to connect, you know, on Sunday, and we took them. You know, I think that's something we got to continue to build on.
Couple more guys. You've had just 15 yards rushing this year. That's really out of
Yeah.
for you. What have you seen from defenses that have trying to take that away?
Yeah, I don't know. It's tough. You know, we joke about it in the QB room. I don't know what's going on there. I mean, I don't think our style of play has changed. I don't think mine has. You know, certainly those opportunities haven't been there. You know, in the scrambling areas especially, you know, for a lot of different reasons. For one, I thought like this last Sunday, I mean, our O-line played lights out. You know, it was clean pockets. Able to stand back there and throw, and you're not going to have those opportunities. I think it's one of those things, too, that it comes in bunches. You know, it'll come. There's going to be a game here where you're going to get some opportunities, and you know, I think it's important to be able to take advantage of it. I still feel like it's a big tool of mine.
Alex, if teams are going to drop 8 on you, you comfortable just pounding their right out as a quarterback? You good with that?
Yeah, man, I think that's part of it. You know, if teams are going to play like that and play soft, you got to be able to get after them. At the same time, I think the other ones, you got to be able to hold the football. You know, I think that the thing they don't want you to do is hold the football for a long time. I don't care how many guys you drop. It's hard to cover that long. So, you know, both ways I think you got to make them pay.
We'll go last two. We'll go Dave, and then go ahead.
Alex, coaching his 300th game on Sunday. There's only 3 others active that have been able to coach that long. What is it about him that makes him elite when it comes to longevity like that?
You know, it'd be hard for me to sum up here right now all that has gone into that kind of success and longevity. For one, a passion of the game. I think it starts there. I mean, anything that has gone that long, I mean, there's a passion for the game, for teaching, for coaching, being around it. You know, that doesn't end. That's not getting satisfied anytime soon. You know, obviously being good at it. You know, you got to be good to stick around to get the chance to start that many games and coach that many games. You gotta be good. You gotta have success. So, you know, I think those two things are obviously obvious. I hate saying that, but you know, but a lot going into that.
Last one, B.
I know he's on the other side of the ball, and it might take him a while to get back, but just from a big picture point of view, just what's it like to get 50 back on the field for you guys? What does it mean to the room?
Yeah, it'll be. I think for the whole team, it'll be good to have him out, have his energy, have his presence. You know, because he does mean so much to this team, even in that regard. You know, and at the same time, like I said, it'll be nice to have that energy out there, that presence, knowing that he's working his way back. You know, it'll be good.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks, Alex.
Yeah, thank you.